10 cheap cars that everyone ignores, but they are real gems. While everyone is fighting over an overpriced Toyota with 1,000 owners, the real experts are buying hidden gems at half the price. They are cars that the market despises for looking like a grandfather, or for not having the fashionable logo, but that hide an eternal engineering capable of humiliating any model of 2026. Congratulations! While others pay for the brand's fame, you can buy luxury and real reliability for small change. Today we uncover 10 mechanical gold mines. Keep an eye out for position 4, because it's the best-kept secret of veteran mechanics. Let's get started. Number 10. Buick Regal GS. When you mention the word Buick in a conversation about cars, most people immediately visualize a row of vehicles parked in front of a retirement center in Florida. That perception is precisely your greatest financial ally. The Buick Regal GS is, without a doubt, one of the best-kept secrets of the last decade. Most buyers under the age of 50 don't even bother to look at this car, and that allows prices on the second-hand market to be absurdly low compared to what you actually get under the bodywork. To understand why this car is a gem, we need to look at its birth certificate. The Regal GS of recent years is not a product designed exclusively for the lazy American market. It's actually an Opel insignia made in Germany. We're talking about pure European engineering, designed for the speed-free motorways and demanding curves of the Alps. The platform is solid, the suspension tuning is precise, and the build quality is what you'd expect from a high-end German sports sedan. However, it has a critical advantage over brands like BMW or Audi. Its heart is a General Motors engine that any neighborhood mechanic can repair without the need for space tools or expensive proprietary software. The model that really interests us is the one with the 6-cylinder, 3.6-liter engine known as the LGX code. By 2018, this engine had overcome all the youth problems that plagued previous versions at the beginning of the last decade. It's a naturally aspirated engine, which means you don't have turbochargers that can fail, no wastegate valves that give problems, and no intercooler pipes that leak oil. It is linear and honest power, but the real magic happens in streaming. While other manufacturers have plunged into the abyss of continuously variable gearboxes or dual-clutch transmissions that fail in heat, the Regal GS uses an 8-speed automatic gearbox supplied by Aisin. Number 9. Hyundai Genesis Sedan. There was a specific moment in the history of the Korean auto industry when they decided they were fed up with being seen as the cheap, disposable option. That moment gave rise to the Hyundai Genesis Sedan, specifically in its second generation. This isn't the sports car you see skidding in parking lots. This is the full-size luxury sedan that Hyundai built with only one goal in mind: to embarrass Mercedes-Benz and BMW at their own game. To achieve this, they applied a massive over-engineering strategy that today, years later, greatly benefits those who buy it used. The Hyundai Genesis was designed to compete with the Mercedes E-Class and BMW 5 Series, but with a fundamental difference in durability philosophy. While the Germans filled their cars with biodegradable plastics in the engine and sensors that break down with looking at the calendar, Hyundai used heavy and robust materials. The main engine, a 3.8-liter 6-cylinder from the Lambda family, is a masterpiece of endurance. It produces more than 300 horsepower without the need to resort to forced induction. It's a naturally aspirated engine that breathes freely and that, if maintained with regular oil changes, can easily exceed 250,000 miles without batting an eyelid. What makes the Genesis such a smart buy is its depreciation. As it is named after Hyundai and not an established luxury brand back then, the resale value plummeted in the first 3 years. Today, you can find impeccable units for a third of what new ones cost. You're buying an interior that uses real wood, high-quality leather, and a sound system that rivals concert halls, all for the price of a new Toyota Yaris. Hyundai's in-house developed 8-speed transmission is incredibly smooth, and unlike European gearboxes that require expensive fluids and complex maintenance, this unit has proven to be extremely reliable under conditions of heavy use. Another technical aspect that everyone ignores is the chassis architecture. The Genesis uses a massive amount of high-strength steel that makes it incredibly rigid and secure. In crash tests, this car obtained ratings that exposed much more expensive luxury brands. In addition, Hyundai was very smart to put suspension components that are robust but inexpensive to replace, compared to German rivals' air suspension systems, which typically fail and cost $5,000 in repairs. The Genesis gives you 90% of the experience of an $80,000 luxury car, but with the maintenance costs of a standard family car. It's a vehicle that was built to prove a point of honor, and that dedication to quality is felt in every mile you ride. It is the ideal car for those who want to travel first class, but have the common sense of not wanting to pay maintenance bills for a private plane. Number 8. Mazda 3, third generation. If you're looking for a compact car, most people will tell you to buy a Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla. And make no mistake, they are good cars, but they are boring and overpriced in the used market. The third generation Mazda 3, produced between 2014 and 2018, is mechanically superior to both in several key aspects that most automotive buyers and journalists completely overlook. While Honda and Toyota gave up on continuously variable transmissions to try to save a few drops of fuel, Mazda took the hard way and decided to perfect traditional mechanical engineering. The key to the Mazda 3 lies in its SkyActiv technology. But don't be fooled by the business name. What really matters is what's inside the gearbox. Mazda developed a 6-speed automatic transmission that is unique in the world. Instead of using a torque converter that constantly slides to smooth shifts, which generates heat and destroys fluid, Mazda's gearbox uses a torque converter with a locking clutch that engages almost immediately after the car starts moving, usually above 5 miles per hour. This means that for most of the time, you have a direct mechanical connection between the engine and the wheels, similar to a manual gearbox. This drastically reduces internal heat, which is the #1 enemy of any automatic transmission. That's why these cars hit 200,000 miles with the original transmission running like new, something that many owners of continuously variable drive cars can't tell. The engine is another point where Mazda shines for its intelligent simplicity. The 2.5-liter engine is naturally aspirated with a very high compression ratio that allows it to be efficient without the need for a complex turbocharger. There are no turbo seals to break, no carbon buildup issues in the valves in the same way as in other poorly designed direct injection engines, and no complicated cooling systems to fail at 100,000 miles. The engine design allows heat to dissipate evenly, protecting the head gasket and internal components in the long run. In terms of market value, the Mazda 3 suffers from unfair depreciation. Because Mazda is a smaller company compared to giants like Toyota, its cars sell used for several $1,000s less than an equivalent Corolla. However, when you get into a Mazda 3, you are met with an interior that looks like something out of a European luxury car. The dashboard is made of soft-touch materials, the design is minimalist and sleek, and the handling is by far the best in its class. While driving a Corolla feels like operating a kitchen appliance, the Mazda 3 feels like an extension of your body. It is a car that rewards the enthusiastic driver but protects the pocket of the owner looking for savings. My advice is to look for models made in Japan, which you can easily identify because the vehicle identification number starts with the letter Yota. Those cars leave one of the plants with the strictest quality control standards in the world. You're buying legend-level reliability for a price that the market hasn't yet learned to value correctly. Number 7. Toyota Avalon. If you've ever dreamed of the sophistication of a Lexus, but your budget tells you to stay in common used car territory, the Toyota Avalon is the answer to your financial prayers. For decades, this car has lived in the shadow of the Camry, its younger and much more famous sibling. For mechanic enthusiasts and savvy buyers, however, the Avalon represents the pinnacle of what Toyota can offer in a front-wheel drive platform. It is essentially a Lexus ES in a slightly more modest guise, sharing the same chassis, the same engine, and the same obsessive attention to detail in assembly, but with a price tag that's usually $5,000 or even $7,000 lower on the second-hand market. From an engineering point of view, the Avalon is a fortress on wheels. The heart of this vehicle is the legendary 6-cylinder, 3.5-liter engine known internally as the 2GRFE. This engine is considered by many specialists to be one of the best internal combustion engines ever made. It uses a timing chain system that, unlike rubber belts, is designed to last the life of the vehicle without the need for expensive maintenance. In addition, this engine does not use turbochargers, which eliminates a massive source of heat and mechanical failures in the long run. Power delivery is silky smooth, and thermal management is so efficient that it's rare to see an Avalon with overheating issues, even in extreme weather. The transmission is another component where Toyota decided not to take unnecessary risks. While other manufacturers experimented with dubious technologies, the Avalon stayed true to the 6- and 8-speed planetary gear automatic transmission. These gearboxes are famous for their ability to withstand hundreds of thousands of miles of daily use with little more than periodic fluid changes. Ride comfort is where the Avalon really separates itself from the economic competition. The engineers used a massive amount of soundproofing material in the wheel arches and firewall, creating a cabin so quiet that you often forget you're driving a car from a generalist brand. The seats are wider and better padded than those of the Camry, designed for transcontinental travel without causing fatigue. Buying an Avalon is buying the peace of mind of Toyota with the luxury of Lexus, paying the price of an ordinary car. Number 6. Chevrolet Impala, 2018. The 10th generation Chevrolet Impala is a fascinating example of how a brand can redeem itself after years of mediocrity. If you mention an Impala to someone who had a model from the early 2000s, they'll probably tell you about broken transmissions and crumbling plastics. But the model that came on the market from 2014, and specifically the versions close to 2018, is a completely different animal. This car was designed on General Motors' Epsilon 2 platform, the same robust architecture we mentioned on the Buick Regal, but extended to offer a cavernous interior space that rivals any family SUV. What makes the 2018 model the perfect buy is the maturity of its powertrain. Chevrolet eventually perfected the 6-cylinder, 3.6-liter LFX engine, completely eliminating the timing chain stretch issues that plagued previous year's versions. This engine produces more than 300 horsepower, allowing this massive sedan to move with surprising agility. It is an engine designed for abuse. Not for nothing is it the same block that is used in police fleets around the world. It's built to be on for 18 hours a day, withstand high-speed chases, and then return home without a single warning light on the dashboard. The 6-speed automatic transmission is straightforward and oversized for the torque generated by the engine, ensuring exceptional longevity. Unlike modern cars that try to cram 10 gears into a tiny box, this 6-speed transmission has robust internals that manage heat excellently. The Impala also stands out for its simplicity of service. Unlike European sedans where you have to remove the bumper to change a bulb, in the Impala everything is where it should be. The parts are extremely cheap and are available at any parts store. You're getting a car that feels like a hotel suite inside, with suspension that absorbs bumps like they don't exist, and guaranteed won't leave you stranded in the middle of the night. It is the last great American sedan built with the philosophy of lasting decades. Number 5. Mazda 6. In an automotive world that seems to have gone crazy for 3-cylinder engines with tiny turbos and dual-clutch transmissions that jerk in traffic, the Mazda 6 stands as the ultimate proponent of mechanical logic and pure reliability. While its direct competitors rushed to adopt complex technologies to meet emissions regulations cheaply, Mazda invested billions of dollars in reinventing the traditional internal combustion engine under its Skyactiv philosophy. The result is a sedan that offers a premium driving experience and mechanical durability that makes other Japanese cars look delicate by comparison. The Mazda 6's 2.5-liter engine is an engineering gem. By avoiding the use of turbochargers, Mazda eliminated the extreme thermal stress that engine oil usually cooks and destroys internal seals at 100,000 miles. Instead, they used an extremely high compression ratio and a special 4:2:1 exhaust system that pulls hot gases out of the combustion chamber with astonishing efficiency. This not only improves fuel consumption, but also keeps internal temperatures at optimal levels, protecting all vital engine components. It's a design that prioritizes longevity over marketing powerhouse figures that are only used to sell brochures. But the real star of the show is the 6-speed automatic transmission. Mazda refused to use stepless drive boxes because they knew that the driving feel would be lost and reliability would be compromised under heavy load. They developed their own gearbox that combines the best of a conventional automatic transmission with the efficiency of a manual. The use of a multi-clutch pack allows the case to lock mechanically most of the time, eliminating heat-generating slippage. The interior of the Mazda 6 is another reason why this car is a hidden goldmine. The design of the cabin is ergonomic and uses materials of a quality that you would normally find in German brands that cost twice as much. It's a car that will not only get you from point A to point B for the next 15 years, but will make you proud every time you sit behind the wheel. It is the ultimate smart purchase for those who value elegance, sporty handling, and above all, the assurance that their car will start every morning without fail. Number 4. Acura RDX. When we talk about luxury vehicles, we usually imagine workshop invoices that would make any bank account tremble. However, there is one gem on the second-hand market that completely breaks this rule, and that is the first and second generation Acura RDX. To understand the awesomeness of this vehicle, you first have to understand what Acura is. It's Honda's luxury division, which means that underneath all that leather skin, premium sound systems, and sleek finishes beats the heart of an indomitable Honda. The RDX is essentially a Honda Pilot, or CR-V, that has gone to elite engineering college and put on a bespoke silk suit. In the versions equipped with the 6-cylinder, 3.5-liter engine, this is one of the most balanced mechanical assemblies in modern history. This engine uses the variable cylinder management system, a technology that allows half of the cylinders to be deactivated when driving on the highway to save fuel, but delivers all its power immediately when you put your foot on the accelerator. Unlike its European competitors who use complex turbochargers to extract power from small engines, Acura stayed true to natural aspiration for years. This translates into superior mechanical longevity, as there are no metal snails spinning at 200,000 revolutions per minute, generating hellish heat under the hood. Heat is the #1 enemy of seals and hoses, and by eliminating the turbo, Acura ensures that rubber and plastic components last twice as long as in an equivalent car from another luxury brand. The transmission in these models is another strong point. While many luxury brands ventured with dual-clutch gearboxes that proved to be a reliability disaster, Acura used a conventional automatic transmission with torque converter that has been refined for decades. The intelligent all-wheel drive system, known as SHAWD, is an engineering marvel that not only helps in the snow, but actively improves handling in dry corners by distributing torque asymmetrically. Buying a used RDX with 100,000 miles on it is not a risk, it is an opportunity. You're acquiring a level of refinement that will make you feel in a higher class, but with the maintenance costs of a utility car. It's the best-kept secret for those who want luxury without the financial punishment that usually comes with it. Number 3. Subaru Forester. The Subaru Forester is a vehicle that generates intense passions. It is loved by outdoor enthusiasts for its unmatched all-round visibility and symmetrical all-wheel drive system, which is undoubtedly the best in its category. However, Subaru had a reputational bump due to problems with the head gaskets and continuously variable transmissions on models from a decade ago. But this is where the astuteness of the informed buyer comes in. If you look for a Forester of the corrected versions, specifically from 2016 onwards, and apply a mechanical rule of thumb, you will have a car that will exceed 300,000 miles without breaking a sweat. The secret to a Subaru Forester being timeless lies in maintenance that dealers often call for life, but that expert mechanics know is a trap: transmission fluid. Subaru's CVT gearboxes are excellent in terms of efficiency, but they are very sensitive to heat. The rule of thumb is to perform a transmission fluid change every 30,000 miles. By doing this preventative maintenance, which costs a fraction of what a new transmission is worth, you eliminate the microscopic metal debris that is generated with use and that ends up clogging the internal valves. A Forester with clean transmission fluid is a machine that knows no fatigue. Mechanically, the 4-cylinder, 2.5-liter Boxer engine has been redesigned to completely eliminate historical head gasket failures. As the cylinders are arranged horizontally, the car's center of gravity is much lower, which translates into surprising cornering stability and superior active safety. In addition, Subaru's chassis structure is designed with reinforcement rings that not only protect in the event of a collision, but maintain the torsional rigidity of the vehicle over the years. This means that, even after 10 years of heavy use on dirt roads, the car will not have those annoying noises and creaks inside that afflict other vehicles in its class. The Forester isn't just a car, it's a precision tool that, treated with the respect its engineering deserves, will give you back decades of faithful service. Number 2. Lexus LX. If the apocalypse came tomorrow and you had to choose a single vehicle to cross an entire continent without knowing what kind of terrain you're going to find, that vehicle should be the Lexus LX. This isn't simply a luxury SUV, it's the refined version of the Toyota Land Cruiser, a vehicle that has been designed under a premise that no other brand dares to follow: the 25-year-old design standard. While most cars are designed to last 10 years or 150,000 miles before they start to fall apart, the Lexus LX series is built to withstand severe use in the world's harshest deserts and jungles for a quarter of a century. The chassis of the Lexus LX is ladder type, built with a steel of a thickness that today seems like an exaggeration. This gives it a rigidity and resistance to metal fatigue that simply doesn't exist in modern monocoque SUVs. The engine is a 5.7-liter V-shaped 8-cylinder, a massive power unit that works with absolute tranquility. Being such a large engine that produces moderate power for its size, it is never under stress. It's like an Olympian who only has to walk to the supermarket. The effort is minimal, so wear and tear is practically non-existent, That's why it's common to see these units with 500,000 miles looking and running as if they just rolled off the assembly line. The LX's suspension is another engineering milestone. It uses a hydraulic height control system that is infinitely more robust than the air suspensions used by brands such as Range Rover or Mercedes-Benz. While airbags dry out and burst, Lexus's hydraulics are designed to be repairable and durable. The interior is an ode to Japanese craftsmanship. The leather used is of such a quality that it does not crack in the sun, and the electronic components are protected against interference and extreme heat. Buying a Lexus LX is probably the last automotive buying decision you'll ever have to make. It's a velvet-wrapped tank that not only maintains its resale value ridiculously, but offers you a safety and reliability that no amount of money can buy from other manufacturers. It is the absolute king of durability. Number 1. Honda HR-V. We arrive at the place of honor with a vehicle that redefines what intelligence applied to personal transport means. The Honda HR-V is not simply a compact car. It's a lesson in packaging engineering and cost efficiency that has left everyone speechless. To understand why this vehicle takes the top spot, we need to look beyond its friendly appearance. Under its bodywork is an extremely mature platform, inherited from the Honda Fit, but raised and reinforced for the demands of a modern utility vehicle. Insurance companies love HR-V for a very simple reason. Their loss rates are low, and when minor accidents occur, the cost of parts is staggeringly affordable. By sharing mechanical components with other massive models of the brand, the availability of spare parts is universal, and prices remain at levels that seem to be from another decade. The 8-liter one-point engine that equipped the most popular generations is, essentially, a rock. It does not have complex direct injection systems that accumulate carbon in the valves, nor turbochargers that require special care. It's a simple camshaft design that prioritizes longevity over raw power. In the real world, this means that an owner can expect to reach 250,000 miles with little more than oil and filter changes done on time. But the real magic of the HR-V lies in its interior with the magic seating system. The ability to fold the rear seats up to carry tall objects, or down to create a completely flat cargo floor, makes this small vehicle a cargo tool that rivals much larger, fuel-hungry pickup trucks. It's the crown jewel for anyone looking to minimize their monthly operating expenses without sacrificing the versatility of an active lifestyle. True financial freedom is not necessarily achieved by earning millions, but by eliminating the uncertainties that devour your monthly income. A car you can blindly trust is one of the strongest pillars of that freedom. When you don't have to wake up every morning with the fear of whether the engine will start, or if a light on the dashboard will force you to cancel your vacation, your quality of life increases exponentially. The vehicles we have analyzed throughout this volume are not just transport machines, they are insurance policies against anxiety.